And we are live. Hi, everyone. I'm here with Michael Christensen. Michael, you are going to the Jutland Open tournament. Now, I recently released a video where I did sort of a meta review of that. But today we're going to talk about lists, and Michael has gotten to choose the lists that you want to talk about. And I guess you chose all the things that all the people that you think are your main rivals for this
I
tournament.
chose the people that, and sorry to the rest of you, but from the track records, who I actually think has a chance to win the tournament.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's purely based on what's been happening before.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't dived into the list really, other than the 5 minutes we just looked at it. So
Yeah.
this is purely player chosen, and some might be in there that I just don't know you, haven't seen you play. But these are the guys that I know has the skills and
Mm,
the luck and normally have decent lists. So
right.
that's what I went from. I went from what I think personally is the ones I am gonna have to try to beat if I don't want to do the kind of results I've been doing all year.
Right.
So
As usual, when I talk to Michael, I'm sorry, YouTube, if Michael says anything you don't like, and I'm sorry, people, if he says anything about your lists that you don't like. I don't care. He's here to give his unvarnished opinions. I will try to be as neutral as possible. I'm not going. I have no stake in this tournament, as per usual. But I also give you like a little bit of context for each of the players. Tell you about who they are, because Michael has chosen them because of who they are, not because of their lists. And then we'll go over the lists and we'll talk about it. That's
and I today I will be nicer than I usually am because I'm probably going to face some of them, and I don't want to sit here and talk a lot of shit about their lists and then get
yeah,
whooped. That's just
okay.
embarrassing.
Okay, let's see what happens, Michael. I
So
don't believe you.
I'll talk them up. I'll tell them that it's like a 7 out
Yeah,
of 5 list,
yeah,
all of them,
yeah, yeah. And
maybe 6.
also, to everyone else going, I'm sorry, we don't have time to go over all the lists. That is not going to happen. My schedule is not where I can do that. I have the Spanish Championship coming up. I'm a little bit focused on that. I am at the end of my school year. Just life happens, right? So a lot of other stuff is going on, and my release schedule for the YouTube channel is completely booked. So sorry, we will not be going over every single list, but we will be going over six. Where do you want to start, Michael?
From the top.
From the top,
Let's
which
go
means
alphabetically.
we are going, and by the way, link to these lists is going to be in the description for you guys. So we are starting with Bjarke. Now, Bjarke is a grand old man of bold action in Denmark. He's been a TO like forever. He hasn't always been a competitive player, but he does know, because he's very, very good. Like, he's been playing this, he's very experienced. And recently he got into playing Japanese. So that is the list here. And right now I'm hoping I'm sharing my screen so you can see my screen.
Which
Which I,
is his biggest flaw.
yeah. So right, here we go. 16 order dice, 1,000 points,
I
Japanese.
can't see it.
Okay, but can you see the screen share?
No.
You? I should.
I don't know if anybody else can, but I can.
No, you can't, because I haven't shared it yet. But here we go. That should be it. Now you should be able to see it.
Yep, now I can see it.
16 order dice, 1,000 points, Japanese. A second lieutenant, regular. And then double bamboo spears, 15 men, inexperienced, hold green. A Kemper to reroll that green test. Engineer unit with a flamethrower and single submachine gun. SNL, SNLF. Double submachine gun for those, a single Manchukuo cavalry. So there's a lot of different units here. 9 men on horseback, regular. There's a heavy mortar, inexperienced. There's a flamethrower team, that's the second flamethrower. There is an anti-tank rifle. which is unusual for Japanese, but I sort of like it actually. And double Suicider, inexperienced. A twin automatic cannon. Wow, double autocannon here. A Kurogane with an MMG, a Horo assault gun, and a Kurogane for transport. Yeah. What do we think?
No. Sorry, I'm already go against what I've said, but no, Bjarke, no.
Why not?
Well, first of all, if he face a black shirt list, he's gonna get creamed.
Yes.
He is. I mean, his men
Yeah.
can't do what they can. He's gonna get whooped. Don't like it. I don't understand why you would choose Japanese cavalry. I don't think they really can do much.
You don't? Okay.
No.
I see
Uh,
a point, but yeah.
yeah, but you're not as I mean, as long as it's not Gurkhas, what do you know?
Nothing.
I do like the autocannon.
Mm.
The suicide bombers is a must-have in the Japanese list.
Yeah,
Uh, I mean, I'm kind of missing a sniper, mainly because
a little bit. Yeah.
you have a mortar team inexperienced that you have to put
Mm.
forward. You have your
And
uh,
it's even a heavy motor, so it's
yeah,
like yeah.
yeah, and you have your suicide bombers. And if
Mm.
your opponent has a sniper, you really have doesn't have anything to protect against it with. You need a sniper to protect these units because they have
Yeah.
to be out in the open
There are
to hit anything.
five small teams plus
Yeah,
the
officer.
lieutenant and the Kembatai.
So
So a
I'm
lot of
missing some
units that
kind
can be
of
dispatched.
protection so he doesn't just have to hide a heavy
Mm.
mortar that will never get to shoot anything.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean I like the twin like autocannon with the Brent carriers and stuff that when I glanced over them that I saw that's going to be a
Yeah.
great weapon.
There's going to be a lot of brain carriers at this
Yeah,
tournament.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he's really going to hurt him. That thing is going to shred him.
Yeah.
But I believe in Bjarke. I don't know if I believe in his list.
I sort of like the list, mostly because what we've been seeing is uh, all horde Japanese that is not easy to play at tournaments. I mean, you're gonna have to be like a dedicated horde player to win tournaments with us. This is more of a mixed bag, right? He has some barbecue, he has some horde, he has some shooting, he has some. So I think it's a lot more mixed, and I think perhaps that's the way to go with Japanese if you want to do well. But
Yeah, I just missed the protection.
mm,
But you know me, I am anti cavalry. Total. As I said, I've seen players in the world who knows how to play them. Everybody else
yeah,
gets screwed with.
okay,
Uh, so of course you can use them to be cannon fodder just to draw people's fire because they have a tendency to shoot at cavalry.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean either they're going to be uh, for most people they run them forward and they end up being
Mm,
totally isolated alone and get creamed.
mm.
Or you have to be able to play him kind of like Fie. Now I don't want to say how he plays him. People can see that for themselves.
But
But
yeah,
yeah, he knows how to cover his and become useful. But most
yeah,
people don't. So I'm looking forward to see what Bjarke can do with it
right,
anymore because I think there's other nations who does what they do but better.
right. So let's go to another nation immediately that can do stuff better, and we are going to look at Søren Rulle. Now, Søren is a little bit of an interesting one here, both because it's set up in this very weird format, but he's bringing Finns. And for context, Søren is a player who recently like popped into the competitive scene here in Denmark. He hadn't really attended many tournaments, although I think him and Michael Eistrup had played quite a few games. So he's not like a new player, but he didn't really attend many tournaments. And boom, all of a sudden he's there. And right now, you and him both can actually make it to the qualifiers for the national team. Is
Well, I
that
can't
right?
make shit right now. I have to win the next two
You
tournaments.
have to win the
Turn
next
can.
tournament.
Right
Søren
now
definitely can.
it's if you look at the top, it's Fia is already on because he has the two
Yeah.
best results as a Dane in two
Yeah.
of our tournaments. But right now, as it's standing, it's somewhere between Søren and Christian Lyngvild and the guys who are up there in around fourth, fifth place. So for me, I don't think I have a placing better than 12 or 15. I'm nowhere near. I need to place in the next two tournaments, or I won't go anywhere.
And
So no,
basically you need to beat Søren basically,
I need to
or
beat
Christian.
Søren, I need to beat Christian, but I don't need to just do it here. I need to do it at the last two tournaments. I can't if I
Yeah.
win this one and I tank wars, I'm out anyways. I don't have any results. I haven't won anything. I've been so far from the podio that it might as well have been out in the moon. So yeah, no, I'm anything. I mean, I'm basically count myself as a player anymore.
Right.
So that's why I'm just ranking on everybody else because shit. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So no, I am nowhere near anything.
No. Right. So let's go over Søren's list here. He's bringing his finish. He's bringing his second lieutenant, one guy, veteran. Is that right? No, can't be. No, it's not. Yeah, I think it's just a regular dude.
I know it says vet, so I don't
Yeah,
know
but
his format.
it's 50 points, so it has to be a second lieutenant regular, right?
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's
Oh,
very
I'm
hard
not
to
sure.
see on this whether they are one thing or
Yeah.
another. It's
And then he's bringing triple sissy squad, so
yeah,
2 8-man, 1 7-man.
yeah.
A continuation wall, that's a 5-man unit with double Fausts, and a Jakari with 7 SMGs and double Fausts. He is
Are
bringing
all those squad veterans or
the sissies are all veterans, the Jakari are veterans, the continuation wall are regulars, but of course will get upgraded to veteran once they reach once they have half their unit killed.
okay? Yeah, because you can't really see on his setup here what they
No,
are.
no, you can't. Then he's got a regular flamethrower,
Yeah,
a sniper, 55 points. I think
it
that
must be a
is,
regular. Normally it costs 55 or
yeah,
65 or
so
50.
it's a regular sniper. I would ideally take a veteran one if I was running finish. A heavy mortar with spotter, a medium howitzer, a BA-10, and a mule team for that, and a constable lead, and a truck with an MMG. 14 order dice.
Again, don't really like the list. I don't think Finns ever do tournament, but I've seen Mr. Rowe, and I mean, he like buddy. It doesn't matter if he gets that going, you ain't gonna beat him.
Hmm.
So because of the player, I don't think the Finns will ever do. But if they're going to,
Michael,
so
your mic is cutting out.
it is. Is this better?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Do I need to start over?
No, I don't think so. True.
Okay.
You dislike the list.
I just don't think the Finnish are a competitive list when all comes to it. I've never seen them finish high up. I never see any of what I would call international top players play a Finnish
Hmm.
list.
You
I
definitely need to be something of a chess player in order to make them work. I can tell you that. Yeah.
yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a Finnish list at either the WCT or at VOV.
No,
No,
we haven't
so
seen that. They've dropped out of the top meta completely. Yeah.
so so yeah, I'm looking forward to see what Søren can do. He is, from what I've played against him and seen, he knows how to play.
He does. Yeah. And I
So
think the trick for Finns is always to advance, to go and then go on into ambush, and do so critical places where that ambush will give you the extra +1 to hit, where you sort of you start taking out enemy units that way. That's the way to do it. Right. That was Søren.
ambush.
Right. Let's go and see who are we going to see? We're going to see
Christian.
Christian, yeah. Now, Christian, he came second at Sealand Open, so we shall see if he does the same here at Jutland Open. He often runs, almost exclusively runs Brits, and quite often not the meta Brits. So he does like other stuff than Gurkhas, basically.
Yes.
So let's see. Here we have 16 order dice, 998 points. Oh, 2 points left over. That sucks. Inexperienced lieutenant. Double Canadian Engineers regular with flamethrowers. So leaning into barbecuing here. It's got a single submachine gun.
Is coming back.
Maybe. A free forward artillery observer. A chaplain, because that's an extra order dice for 20 points. A commando section, 5-man, 4 submachine guns, 1 rifle. Vengeance, I like that because he's not running assault Brits, so he wants to be able to take off pins of his whole armor. Brilliant idea. Medium mortar, inexperienced. Sniper team, regular. Flamethrower team, regular. That's the third flamethrower. Anti-tank rifle team. Medium howitzer with spotter. Stackhound with all the machine guns.
And Recce.
And Recce, of course. Yeah, it's an armored car.
Yeah.
And then 2 Bren carriers and a Jeep. LMGs on the Bren carriers and a Stuart. But not the darker one. This is the flamethrower Stuart. It's the Stuart Satan.
Oh.
So it has a light AT gun, a coaxial MMG, and a forward-facing hull-mounted flamethrower.
Oh.
Yeah, and that is a bit of a risk because you're driving a vulnerable tank, 8+ vulnerable tank, straight towards the enemy to get that hull-mounted flamethrower to kill range.
True.
So that is going to be very, very dangerous.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
So, but I mean, I love Christian's lists mainly because he doesn't play the auto win bridge, only half auto win. They still get their free forward artillery observer. But I like that he doesn't just run the Gurkhas. And Christian is a decent player. We always have good games. It's always fun to play him, even if we are both crybabies when we play each other.
Cagey player, he will sit back quite a lot, shoot you quite a lot. He won't like do rushes. So I think that this list, except for the Stuart, is very, very well suited to his play style. He'll sit back, he'll shoot you, and then once you come up, he will throw a flamethrower towards you.
Yeah, I agree. It's I like it. But hey, the British lists are always good. It doesn't matter what you put in it. You can close your eyes, throw a dart, and pick whatever unit you hit. And you'll have a good list.
Maybe.
That's the Brits for you.
Yeah.
Written by the Brits for the Brits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're looking at Michael Eistrup. Now, Michael is Søren Rulle's friend, and you guys have a little bit of a grudge match going here. If you would you challenge him to a grudge match if you were able to do so? I think the TOs have outlawed grudge matches, but
no, because I'm not really a fan of grudge matches, and besides, I mean, I could start from an end with the guys we are
talking
about right now, and I mean, I don't think I can have 5 or 6 grudge matches, but yeah.
Possibly not.
But I wouldn't mind.
You guys did an M battalion off at the Danish Nationals where Eistrup won. So yeah, there's a little bit of blood that needs repaying here, I guess.
I'll get him.
You get him.
I mean, might not win over him, but I'll get to face him. I'm sure he'll do well with his battalions. Right.
So he's bringing his Italians again because he did well last time. Inexperienced lieutenant on a horse because he's bringing Cavalleria. And then 3 M battalion sections. One of them is a 10-man squad. 2 of them are 9-man squads. So very expensive. He's bringing the Credera, of course, which makes them fanatics. So tough fighter fanatics, large squads of veterans, beefy guys. A single Cavalleria Savoia, 8-man cavalry vet unit. Again, expensive, but I mean, now he has 4 units of very, very good assault
I would
infantry
rather
here.
have had a black shirt unit more.
You would?
Yeah,
Okay. I sort of like the cavalry, both
I
because
know
it
you
means
do,
that
but
you can
what
get
do you
your
know about the Italians?
yeah, I don't know a thing, but it means that you get your lieutenant of horse, and they're really good cavalry from my perspective is nice to have on your flanks.
Yeah, but you know what? Any decent player will never allow you to charge twice. All you
True.
need to do, because if you put them in outflanking,
Yeah.
all you have to do is put something on ambush. You're going to get at least two shots at them before
Yeah,
they get to you.
I would never put them on outflank. I
No,
would I
no,
would
but
run them up along a
yeah,
flank
then you will
and
still
yes,
put something down there on ambush.
yeah,
So
you
when
would.
they charge you, you were going to cream them.
Yeah,
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 I mean, if you can get him to the back, soft, squishy stuff, the
yeah,
the double charge is great.
yeah.
I don't think you'll ever succeed against a decent player.
Okay. Then we have an inexperienced medium mortar, an anti-tank rifle, which I guess for Italians is almost obligatory. It's so good.
Of course it is.
Uh, a flamer team, a light howitzer. Again, that is also a 2 plus. So an armored car, which is the AB-41. Is that the one with an autocannon? I think.
I'm not sure. I don't run any of these
Okay.
cars. I only use uh,
The
autocannons.
Saharianas. Yeah,
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 and trucks with autocannons. So I don't
yeah.
really know the Italian
And
vehicles.
then the M15. That's a darker
Yeah,
tank.
that's the
So
Dhaka,
basically, a Stewart.
basically a Stewart.
A mule team, and a utility car for the flamer team. 13 order dice.
I think Michael's biggest problem, and I'm
Mm,
talking out of experience here, is
mm,
gonna be 13 auto dice.
yeah,
I mean, I just ran two tournaments where I was behind people in auto dice, and it's not
mm.
good. It's really
It's not.
not good.
No, yeah. You'll get
Uh,
pinned, and I mean Italians, they can't take pins. Not they're not Japanese or Brits.
no, no.
They get stuck once they
Yeah,
get pinned, right?
you can pin them out.
Yeah. So that's the main problem, which you'll have to deal with somehow.
Yeah,
But I think the list as it is, it has all the opportunities, like it has all the different elements. I just ideally would want there to be a few more orders in the list.
yeah. The only thing I don't like is the carry. I like the list, but that's. I mean, I was looking at Italian list too,
Mm?
and this is where I get stuck. Uh,
Yeah.
the units are too expensive. You
Mm.
are not gonna have the order dice, and
Yeah.
if you want to have the order dice, you're gonna have to fill it with cut like mule teams and utility cars or whatever stuff that doesn't really do much for you. One is good for the flamer, but putting more in is useless because what are you going
Yeah.
to put in it?
Yeah.
But to beef it up, you have to, and that's why I love the Italians. I love the rulings on them,
Mm?
but I think they're very hard to get up in order dice. They don't have the inexperienced or the three
Yeah.
motorcycles off the bridge or the
Yeah.
extra
Yeah.
anti-tanks
They
of the
really need
Soviets.
something they could spam with like cheap
Yeah,
order dice. Yeah.
yeah, that actually does damage. Like if they
Yeah.
could take three 80 rifles, that would be great.
Ooh. Then I would take them every single time.
Yeah, that would just make a whole difference.
It really would. That would make
Yeah,
Italian so powerful.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
But good
Now,
luck, Michael.
next rival on your list is Tor. Now, Tor is a completely new player. He's been at his first like 2 tournaments, and at Sealand Open, he was so new that like he didn't know anyone. He didn't know how a tournament even worked. And he's a young guy, so it was, and he did amazingly well. He really did.
I
Um,
uh, I had the
and you played
pleasure
him,
of
yeah,
facing Tor,
yeah,
and I mean the kid made one little mistake. He got out of the start too late.
yeah.
And got really lucky to get a turn seven, or he would have lost. He won on turn
Mm,
seven, but man, he played well, which is
yeah,
why I picked him here because I honestly think he's a competitor.
yeah.
He just needs to remember not to count on turn seven because
Mm,
when you play that well and you actually he barbecued me to death. I mean, it was dead Russians all over the place, and every single one of them had been flamed. I mean, I've
Yeah,
never seen anybody flame like that. It was like, oh yeah,
it
they're
was
gone, they're
insane.
gone,
Yeah,
they're gone.
yeah,
It was actually a fun fight because I got whooped, but I was standing on the objectives.
yeah,
And he took him over basically in turn 7. He could have done it in turn 6 if he had moved up sooner, but he waited a bit too long and got
yeah.
lucky and got turn 7.
And
But he
I think
plays
that's
well.
something that comes with experience,
Oh,
like
he's going to
knowing
be good.
when you have to move. Yeah,
16 years old, I was very impressed. He
yeah,
whooped me fair
yeah,
and square. I was very
yeah,
impressed with him.
yeah.
And I asked
So,
from the beginning because I knew he was new, do you
mm,
want to play a competitive tournament game? Because I was already out of it, so it didn't matter.
yeah,
Or do you want to should we play Care Bear where I actually try to
help you. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And he was like, tournament play. I was like, that's fine. And
Nice.
not so long after he was doing something, I was like, nope, you declared that, you have to do
Yeah,
that. But
yeah,
you know, you asked for it, you're gonna
yeah,
get it.
yeah,
Because if and he I only think I had to tell him twice in the whole game that no, you can't do that if you want to play a hardcore tournament game.
yeah.
But he did great. He's gonna be good.
He's
Very
gonna
much
be
looking
really
forward
good.
to
Yeah,
playing him again.
yeah. That's going to. It's so great to have these young guys coming out of the woodworks and just doing really well. Because
Impressive.
bold action is an old man's game most of the time, right?
Yeah.
Um, so he is bringing his French here. So an inexperienced lieutenant, then an engineer section, regular, with a flamethrower. Then Senegalese, that's a 7-man unit with tough fighter and a single pistol in the unit. He's got 2 of those. Then he's got a Dragoon unit with VB launchers, like on everyone. So that is light mortars. He's got 4 light mortars. That's insane. You can only shoot 18, but that's a lot of split fire you can do. And it's a very, very expensive unit for 4 guys. A heavy howitzer without any spotter, regular. A medium howitzer, regular, that's the free one. 2 horse-drawn limbers, because why not?
You need
One
him
of
for
them
the
being,
howitzers.
yeah. And then 2 early war motorcycles. I think he has a third. He does. He does have a third. LMGs on all of those. They're just so good. So good. A Char 2C, that's a land ship that has got a light howitzer and then 4 MMGs all around. So it's a 9 plus slow. You played something very similar for the Soviets last time,
I
didn't
did.
you?
I did.
Yeah.
Loved it. I just had more opportunities to shoot at big things.
Yeah.
He only had one.
Yeah. And then 2 Berylese, which are really brilliant because they're close topped armor 7. They've got a forward facing LMG, so they're miniature tanks. Even though they're 7-man transport, basically. So yeah, you can stick those Senegalese in that, or you can run your engineers in it. I mean, lots of options. And finally, a Lafley 6-wheel truck with double MGs.
I am so sad to see he didn't bring his barbecue list. He was great with his barbecue list.
I think this is also a good list. I'm sorry, Michael, but it's really
Yeah,
great.
I think his barbecue list were better.
Maybe, yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
I mean, first of all, I think paying 120 points
yeah. That's too expensive.
for regular
Yeah,
launchers. I mean, it is still sixes to hit.
it is.
Now they can move and shoot, I'm sure,
Yes, they can.
but then every time you move, it's going to be a 6, even if the other guy
Yeah.
stands still. I just don't like, and I mean this to me has the feel of a Benny list. Sorry, Benny, but let's go for the sixes.
Mm.
Uh, I mean, I've seen Tor play. I've seen him roll. He might actually be able to hit you with it, but I just think it's too dangerous to go for. And 120 points. I mean, that's 12% on sixes. That's a lot. I love
Yeah, but
his.
there's a lot of Daka. There's so much Daka.
Oh,
There's
there is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Daka vehicles.
Yeah. I
Seven.
mean, I love the tank with armor 9. I mean,
Yeah.
this is not going to be an easy list to beat. He's at 16 points,
Yep.
16 order dice. I mean, he's up at the top,
Mm.
and basically he has what, two mule teams that can't
Hmm.
do any damage.
That's the only
I mean,
thing.
I mean, I like the way he builds lists. I mean, you should think he was an old pro. I mean,
Yeah.
it's he sees something and he goes for it.
Yeah. The only
And
thing I think I would ideally have done differently was maybe downgrade the heavy howitzer to a medium howitzer, and then spend points on spotters for both of the howitzers. Just because, I mean, as they are, you're going to have to risk them, right? You're going to have to put them out there and
yeah,
see
but you
how
know
they
what?
go.
With the two he has there, he puts
Yeah.
one behind the forest or whatever he can find in each corner,
Mm.
and just covers two lines, put on a ambush, and come on, you move in front of them. I'll take you out, and then you can come and take me out if you can. But yeah, he's gonna be covering two lines from each
Mm.
end of the table, and the
Yeah.
only thing he has to worry about is outflank. If he
Yeah.
does that, if he can hide him behind something and then get across like that, he's gonna be golden.
Yeah.
So, but I'm very much looking forward to seeing how he does this time.
Yeah.
Uh,
Very different play style as
I
well,
will
isn't it?
almost go as far to say that I don't want to face Tor in the first match. That's almost the list I hate the most of
Yeah.
what I've seen.
Yeah.
So, but
Ah,
yeah,
don't worry, there'll be one in a minute that you don't like, because the final person that we have on our list today is Torben Davidson. Now, Torben was recently featured on my channel as well. He played a game here at my house, which was recorded by Scholar Progenium. Go and watch his channel for that game. And Torben has like burst into the competitive scene of bold action. He wants to win. He wants to be a competitive. He wants to be a tournament player. He wants to go abroad and fight in tournaments as well. So he's really gearing up. And of course, he's bringing his Brits. Yeah. So, are you ready for this?
let's go.
15 order dice, 1,000 points. So he's one down. Second lieutenant, inexperienced. Canadian engineers, 5-man vets with flamethrower and single submachine gun. 7-man Gurkhas, 7-man Gurkhas, 7-man Gurkhas, 7-man Gurkhas. That is 4 Gurkha units in 1,000 points list. Free artillery observer, up and at 'em, because of course. Medium mortar, inexperienced. Flamethrower team, regular. 2 flamethrowers, that. Piat team, early war motorcycles, 1, 2. Double Bren carrier with LMGs, and a Darker Steward.
Such a boring list. Come on.
It is more or less, this is the archetype of a meta list right now, isn't it?
It is.
This
I'm
is what
very
the meta
sad.
is.
I like the guy when I met him at Chillin' Open, but
He's
now
really cool. He's really cool.
he's just a fool. Come on, man. Be original. Jeez. Even the kind you can eat. No, it's a great list. He's a great guy. He's fun to play,
Yeah.
and I don't give a shit if he plays Gurkhas. I'll play him
Yeah.
because I got the most important anti Gurkha weapon with me.
What
I
is
got
that?
my BA-20. You're the
Yeah.
weapon you love the most, Bo, when you play Gurkhas.
Fucking hate that one.
Oh, I know you do.
Yeah.
So
But with your dice, you're very liable to run out.
yeah, I get one shot, which I won't hit. But
Yeah.
no, I think it'll change. I have a gut feeling. It's time.
Yeah.
This time I will roll twos and threes at least.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
hope.
But
No,
you're right.
I mean, this is the list I would call in a grudge match.
Yeah,
I mean, I
definitely
don't
is.
remember if he beat me or we got a draw. I think he beat me. I don't remember. I think I played him on day two and I lost my two games on day two at Chillin' Open. I think Torben was one of the guys who beat me.
Mm,
I'm pretty sure I lost it, and then I
okay.
lost to Tor afterwards.
Yeah.
So this is the list I would call a grudge match on,
Yeah.
if I was gonna call one. just because I want to whoop that damn stupid Copenhagen fool. More than I want to whoop the Fyn kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thor is too nice. Torben, he needs his ass
Oh,
kicked.
he's from the Devil Island, so he needs a
Yeah,
whooping.
yeah.
So
Okay.
no, I'm sure if I don't do crappy, I'll face most of the sorry guys. But these are the guys that I see with either the skill or the that I know
Yeah,
or the experience to compete. And
yeah.
that's nothing against the rest of you, but some of you I don't know. Some of you, just like me, don't have right now the track record of doing very well.
Hmm.
Sorry, Lars, but you're lying down in the shithole with me.
Hmm.
So I don't really. I hope you do well, but I don't believe it because you do as crappy as I do. So, but we shall see. I hope somebody surprises
Before
me.
we sign off, I just wanted to show people your list
Oh,
because
that's right.
I personally have rated you to potentially win this tournament. Um, and I just wanted to show people some of the things that, and I guess like you were one of the very early proponents of forward deploying Soviets. At least here in Denmark, you were the first person I've ever met who was running like, I'm going to forward deploy half my army. Boof. Um, and you sort of you've had a few runs with the Italians. Now you're going back to the Soviets.
I am because as I said, I find it very hard. I'm missing the multiple options of, for example, dog teams or
Mm,
motorcycles or something
yeah,
like that that can beef up my dice count because
yeah,
I think the Italians are extremely powerful, but
yeah,
they're very hard to get to 16 order dice.
yes.
And I played this
Especially in
game
single
for
platoon, right? Yeah.
no, I played it for like what 5 or 6 years now,
Mm,
and it's apparently taken me a while because I usually play Russians. We have plenty of dice, but
mm,
I've learned in my last two tournaments that having 3 to 5, 6 dice less than your opponent will
yeah,
kill you. You
yeah,
you you can't. It's you can get very lucky and win, but in the long run, if you keep facing people who
yeah,
has 3 to 6 or more order dice, I
yeah,
would almost rather have they are at 22 or 25 because then they have a
mm,
lot of dead units.
yeah,
Yeah, but the
yeah,
motorcycles ain't dead units. The dog teams ain't dead units.
mm,
So I'm missing that possibility
yeah.
for the Italians.
But
So
look
that's
here,
why I'm
people, what
going
it
back.
is that Michael does with his list. He doesn't take that many of his infantry selections, like his infantry slots here. He takes two. So one scout, which can forward deploy, and one assault engineers with body armor, so they are almost impossible to kill. And then he has so many teams that all of them are really, really strong. Like he's got the medium mortar regular, he's got a sniper team, he's got a flamethrower team, the anti-tank team here, 4-man unit with submachine guns, veterans, forward deployers, Faust, double
Double hit
dollar
on
mine,
tanks.
yeah, double hit on tanks as well. Yeah, any vehicle basically.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not just so they're really dangerous to soft-skinned. um, medium howitzer, BA-20, Stuart light tank, and then transport section. I mean, it's a great list. It has multi-purpose here for me. There's so many things you can do with this. The only thing I disagree with is the regular truck without the MMG. Um,
Couldn't afford it.
yeah.
I couldn't. I mean, I only made it regular to use my points. I mean,
Okay.
there was I didn't couldn't find the points anywhere. I don't know what I should take off.
No.
And I decided I wanted a spotter for my mortar, which I never do. But I decided to get one just so I could actually use my mortar.
Yeah, and not have it being killed by enemy
And
snipers.
now I don't see many people with it.
Yeah. True. So that is your list. Any thoughts going into the tournament that you want to share?
Oh, well, I want to say about the list. The reason why, as Russians, you can do the whole. I'm only choosing two
Mm,
options of my squad is because I have those two. Then I have my free squad is 3, and then I can take the anti-tank of 4 men. So I basically
Yeah.
have 4 squads, even though I only took 2.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to playing. I'm
Mm.
really looking forward to playing. It's been a long time since I've looked forward to it. I've been kind of bold action dead
Yeah.
uh, for many reasons. So I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm very sad it's 3-hour games. I mean, it's too long for a
Yeah.
1,000 point game. There's no
Yeah.
reason for it.
You have
Uh,
plenty of time anyway.
oh yeah, but I mean, we can take a nap in between. I think it's too long.
You could give me a call and tell me how you're doing.
I can do that every turn if you want. We're gonna have so much time.
Yeah.
And the problem with 3-hour games is it's gonna be so long days.
Mm.
But hey, that's the advantage for some, not for me, because I'm an old
Yeah.
fat fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am looking forward to it. I think it's nice that we get a what's hopefully gonna become a really big tournament in Jutland.
Yeah.
So and I can see there is a lot of people missing this time.
There's a
That
lot.
normally goes.
Yeah, there's a lot of the top Zealand players who are not going
Well,
for one reason or another. Personally,
yeah,
I'm in Spain, so yeah.
yeah. Not only that, but there's a lot of people from Jutland that's not going. I didn't see
Yeah.
Jesper Winter.
Yeah.
I know Casper Olsen. I know why he's not going.
Yeah.
But that's another player that's missing from over here. Right there
Yeah.
is there's a lot of players from over here that also from Fyn area. I didn't see Anna
Yeah.
Scarfield. There
No,
is
he's
Lasse
not.
Lynn. So
Yeah.
I think it has potential if they do it well.
Yeah.
Uh, Now, if I'm correct that Jan is playing and being TO, I'm gonna be pissed. That's stupid. You should never have a playing TO. Then the tournament
The
is
TO should
already.
should really be dedicated just because
Oh,
it. I
if the
mean,
TO is playing, it's not a competition or a competitive tournament. It's fun. It's just to enjoy. And
I mean, also
it's
just because the TO, you're constantly distracted by the work that you have to do, right?
I mean, I know Casper was playing at Bjarke's tournament once, and
Mm,
Bjarke was TO, and Casper and Bjarke didn't get to finish because Bjarke had to run and do stuff. Of course he
yeah.
does,
Yeah.
but that kind of ruins the game
Yeah.
in my book. It doesn't make a fun experience for the guy who's facing the TO who has to
Mm,
stand there and wait. I
yeah.
mean, we come to play, so if you're TO. So I'm looking forward to see if I'm wrong or if that's actually the plan. I'll be very sad,
Right.
very sad. But I am looking forward to it a lot. So
Cool.
yeah.
Good luck, Michael,
Thank you.
and I will hopefully talk to you afterwards, or
Oh,
if you're in
you might talk
whenever
to
you need
me.
to.
Oh, you're in Spain, so you won't talk to me until you get home. And good luck
True.
in Spain. I expect
Yeah.
you to come home as the Spanish champion. Uh,
Wow. It's
I
an 80-player tournament, so
I
let's
don't
just.
care. What have you been saying for now? What the last 3 years? I am undefeated as a bold action
Well, I
player at the
am.
tournament. Yeah, with your fucking auto win list. Play a
Yeah.
real list and let's see how you do.
Well, I'll
You
wait for
saw what
version
happened.
three. I'll
You
wait for version three to do that.
did you notice what happened when Fia got the auto win list? The man has never gotten a gold medal in bold action. He he
and
he
suddenly he
goes
did.
he goes, oh, I better play both auto win list or something like along like it,
Yeah.
with a little touch of Fia in it. Boom,
Yeah.
#1
Yeah.
auto win list.
Yeah.
Fia even told me I just did it to prove Bo it's an auto win list. Anybody can win with this. Good luck,
Right.
Bo. I hope you do well down there. It's a huge
You too.
tournament. Make sure you have cameras on all your games.
I don't think I will. We shall see.
No, I'm more for like wine football. You can keep an eye on what they're doing.
Okay. Right.
See
See
you.
you. Cheers.
Bye.